You are live, so it says here. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I have to remember where to look on the laptop because I'm on the laptop, not on the phone. We're live on StreamYard. So, Andy and I tested this on Wednesday and it seemed to work. But hopefully the sound will be okay. So, I've got my headphones on, so hopefully that will help. There's nobody watching yet, so. People said they were already. Shona can't make it because she's had to do something with her mum. Sam said she was going to be here any second, so we'll just give people another couple of seconds to get themselves sorted. Now it says there's one person watching.
Okay.
I assume that's in addition to us. So, are you ready? Because we're live.
Are you up here?
We are live. Right, okay, so here we go. This morning we sort of have, there he is, we have Andy Borland in conversation. He's one of our founder members. Woohoo! In fact, you were the last one. You were the 50th, weren't you? So squeaked in under the wire there. So, Andy, tell us, first of all, about your business. Tell us your business name and how long you've been on the go for.
Hi, everybody. I'm Andy Borland. The business is Andy Borland's Keto Diet Club. I have business premises in Calendar Square in Falkirk. And basically the reason I finally took the plunge to become a business owner at the age of 52, bit of context here, last year I stopped weighing myself when I got to about 18 stone 5 because I was miserable and I'd been pretty unwell for a while but didn't know why I was unwell. But I was 18 stone 5 when I stopped weighing myself and knew I had to lose weight. And then, bang, I got type 2 diabetes diagnosis on Friday the 1st of June. But because of all the information gathering I'd done, my due diligence, as I called it, about this keto diet, a low carb, I'm going to use my hands here, a low carb, high fat, moderate protein way of
Excellent.
eating.
Yeah.
I'd read about type 2 diabetes and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I've read something about this. I can put this in remission. I can treat it through diet. So cut a long story short, the very next morning, I cut out various things from my diet, started a keto way of eating. I shed 5 stone in 6 months. The marker which showed that I was type 2 diabetic, which was 55 back in May last year. After 6 months on a keto diet, it was down to 40. Pre-diabetic, normal range, but losing the weight was wonderful. So most of the end of last year, from August to about Christmas, I was doing lots of business gateway workshops to prepare myself for starting this business at the ripe old age of 52, never having started a business before. So Andy Borland's Keto Diet Club, what is it about? Basically, I'm putting on diet, slimming, weight loss, and lifestyle classes with the keto diet to help other people on their weight loss journey. And if they have a serious health condition, to address those serious health conditions. Because if you Google the keto diet and you put in type 2 diabetes, epilepsy, fibromyalgia, autism, dementia, motor neurons, literally any serious health condition you can think of, you'll find there's a community of people who are treating that very serious health condition through low carb, high fat, keto way of eating.
I think it's one of those things. I was actually having a conversation with somebody else about other things, and diet is just incredibly important. And with a lot of these long-term conditions, I mean, nothing's going to cure. You're not going to cure motor neuron disease,
No.
unfortunately. But if you can hold it off longer or have a better life while you've got it, then definitely. I think do you combine it with the fasting as well?
You find so basically I did all this kind of information gathering and spoke to folk and I thought, okay, that looks like a path. I can see that, if it's the wrong path, I can always jump off later on. But I need to lose weight. And then I thought, okay, I can deal with my type 2 diabetes with this way of eating.
Yeah.
But it was the fasting. It just comes naturally with you. I won't get hungry. I'm not strictly doing a keto diet just now, but when classes start, a week today, 26th of July, I'm going to be in the trenches with the troops. I'm starting back properly with a diet.
Right. Yeah.
But the fasting comes naturally because you're not hungry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people do this kind of blocks like 16 hours, they'll have something at 7 o'clock at night, and then they'll not eat till I don't get hungry till mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah.
So I could get by on one meal a day, frankly. Sometimes I'll go longer, but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
but the fat fills you up. So you
Yeah.
go.
Well, and it's also the fact that the carbs, you don't get the insulin spike, and then the
Mm,
sugar, and then the crash afterwards, which is what's really worked for me. Because people
yeah.
always say, oh, I can't. I couldn't do that. I couldn't fast. Well, you could, because you wouldn't get hungry if you do it properly. You just don't get as
Yeah.
hungry, and I just can't eat as much as I used to as well, because you're not stuffing your stomach full of
Yeah.
bread and carbs and potatoes and everything. Your stomach shrinks. And I actually now, I used to be one of those people, if you could put practically any amount of food in front of me, and I'd been brought up to clear my plate. I'm of that
Mm.
generation.
Hello. Me too.
Yeah. And
Eat it.
so if you
You're
put a
after
plate
dying.
put a plate of food in front of me, it all had to be eaten because of those poor starving kids in Biafra or wherever it was. I don't even know where Biafra is now. It got swallowed up by somewhere else. Whereas now I actually leave food because I just I can't physically eat it. Or well, is it that, or is it my brain has been re-educated?
There you go. There
Mm,
you go.
mm,
And this is
mm.
part of because weight loss. There's so many things that go on in weight loss and weight and food, and it's all tied into emotions and behaviors and
Yeah,
this and that's this kind of process. My so I've kind of maintained the weight loss. I shed 5 stone 6 months last year. I celebrated by Christmas was coming up. I celebrate eating and drinking more.
yeah,
And I put about maybe half a stone back on, but I've maintained the weight loss.
yeah,
But my habits are just so much better now, and I don't have these cravings. I don't crave sugar. I don't crave carbs because I just know. Oh, wait a
yeah,
minute, they're going to make you more
yeah.
hungry.
I
So
definitely don't crave sugar. I mean, I used to be one of these people who would go out for cake at the drop of a hat, and as you now know, I refuse cake. I just don't
oh,
want
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
I invite you
I do
coffee,
occasionally.
whatever.
I do occasionally indulge, and sometimes for
Have you?
politeness' sake, you do. But I just don't feel the need to eat cake anymore. It's really interesting.
Mm,
The next question, because we have prepared some of this, although it's not scripted, but it's just to keep us back on track. It's to allow you to
mhm.
get your points across.
Sure.
So the bit is that we talked about, which is how you're going to get in front of some of these people. So do you want to talk about how you're going to get these people to come to you, or how you're going to get in front of these people without me answering the question you've written on the sheet here?
Um,
You've got to say it.
well, I don't know what I said to your answers, but basically, see, having business premises that tends to invite people
Yeah,
into. I'm on level 2 in Calendar Square in Falkirk. People just wander in, which is beautiful, which is lovely. That's what I want people to do.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I started basically. I've been sitting down doing one-to-ones, as I call it, to 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So I have the Andy Borland's Keto Diet Club. We have the Facebook business page, so people can make an appointment, and I
right,
encourage people to, hello, let's get it in the diary, so I know you're coming, and we can make time for it. But people to sit down and have a chat. Some people have lots of information about keto diet. Some people know very little.
mm-hmm.
Some people have wrong information about what they should be eating. It's not the Atkins diet. We're not all stuffing our face full of lots of meat. Yes, you can have a moderate amount of protein, and the fattier the meat, the better. So I just sit down with people. I've been doing some advertising. I was involved in Falkirk local business market a few weeks ago, and then I did Eid in the park,
Right,
EID, the festival up at Calendar Park, and that was the first time I actually produced leaflets because I thought, let's not produce these, let's not go and invite people until we're actually ready to start,
yeah,
and then you can deal with people that are ready to start this keto lifestyle with myself. So I'm putting on the classes, providing eating plan information if that's what people want, but I won't be telling anybody that you have to eat A, B, and C.
mm,
But I'll provide the framework, all the information, everything I've gathered over the last year and a half, probably, and helping people educate themselves,
yeah.
re-educate themselves.
It's the accountability as well, isn't it? It's the fact that people. I mean, I've in the past I've been a member of Scottish Slimmers,
Okay.
and that was about 15, 16 years ago or something. And you knew that you were going to have to stand in front of that woman next week, and she would be weighing you, and she would click her
Mm.
pen. She would click her pen because to write down your weight, and she would use her blue pen. It was one of these pens that has the two colors in it. So
All right. Okay.
blue pen if you'd lost weight, and red pen if you'd gained weight.
Oh, like
And
the
oh,
employees.
oh, it was, yeah. And you would be, but it's not so much that it's accountability, isn't it? It's the fact that if you're a member of something, then
Yes.
you've invested into it and you're accountable. So that tends to help as well, doesn't it?
You brought up a very good point, and lots of people like this when I tell them this. There will be no scales at Andy
No,
Borland's Diet Club. Nobody will be paying me money to come and get weighed. And why is that? One, I don't believe in it, but two, I'm all about helping people move towards the life they want to create, basically. So I don't want people focusing on scales.
right? Yeah,
It's entirely the wrong thing. Imagine yourself wearing that dress you've still got hanging up in
yeah.
your wardrobe.
Oh yeah, for me it's clothes.
Like,
Yeah,
actually,
I used to have a belt which I left in an airport somewhere, but I knew by the holes on that belt whether I needed to lose weight or not.
right. Yeah,
So,
you know your clothes, and you'll know you're losing
yeah,
weight because the clothes get
yeah,
baggier.
yeah. So
But there will be no scales. There'll be no
excellent.
more.
So, in terms of starting a business, which was also something rather scary and new for you, so what's been your biggest challenge since starting your business?
This is an easy one to
I know the answer because it's written down here. So, but
I know the answer as well.
everybody else wants to know the answer.
Finance,
Hey,
money.
yeah,
I am. Hello, everybody. I'm, and I like using this word. I'm transitioning from benefit to business. I'm still on universal credit just now. I have a very fixed income. I have a few other business interests, but I'm on benefit. Now, I luckily had a very wonderful man in my life, Uncle Bill, who's no longer around anymore, but he was investing in me, the business, in terms of lots of things. And I'm going to get a nice wee inheritance down the track sometime. But so I've had financial challenges, and I'm getting something called the New Enterprise Allowance,
right.
which, bless her cotton socks, I think Maggie Thatcher brought in. I'm waving to her; she's down there somewhere.
Yes, yeah, she's certainly not up there. No,
Not there, not there. So she brought in the Enterprise Allowance scheme. They put a new in front of it, so I produced a business plan.
right,
So once that business plan and workshops are done and approved, I'm entitled to take people's money, and I've been prevented from doing that until this business plan is finished.
right,
We're good to go now. I can
right.
take people's money. So this is
So, so
so
that, so that,
finance.
yes. So that brings us to next Friday.
Yes,
Do you want
indeed.
to talk about next Friday?
Yeah, I just decided to give myself the kick up the bahookie to get the business plan finished and completed, because if you can't accept people's money, then it's quite a good motivation to finish that business plan so we
Yes.
can accept people's money. So I said, right, a week ago, I said, right, okay, we're starting classes. Friday, 26th of July. So classes at Andy Borland's Keto Diet Club start officially 9:30 next Friday, a week today. 9:30, 12:30 at lunchtime, and 7 o'clock at night. Regular classes in Falkirk are going to be Mondays and Fridays. There'll be an additional 7:45 in the morning class to catch people who want to come in before work. So 7:45, 9:30 in the morning, 12:30 at lunchtime, 7 o'clock at night. First class for everybody. First introductory class is free. I want people to be fully informed of what it is, what I'm doing, and a good bit of information, and then we'll get people started. But I'm asking people to join up for a minimum of 3 months. So to get
Yeah.
a Keto Diet Club membership, it just gives people enough time to start the process and start getting good.
See the benefit. Yeah. I mean, in the questionnaire that you completed, you also talked about GP surgeries and things like that. Is that something you've actually managed to do, or is that
I,
something anybody can help you with, or?
I'm sure I'll move in those kind of directions, and I will go out and speak to local GP practices. I've just kind of attracted a few people into my life. Who one was a GP, just wandered in with an American lady who'd been doing the keto diet for 5-6 years, and this lady wasn't saying anything much, and I thought,
Right.
and then she was kind of, I'd literally see the cogs in her head moving, and then I said, oh, I said, I'm Andy, by the way. I said, and you are? And she goes, oh, and then her pal said, oh, she's a GP. She's in Stenhousemuir.
Ah.
And then she said, Andy, I think it'd be really good if you could maybe come along for half an hour. She said, I'm going to go and speak to somebody who's
Yeah.
responsible for the doctors, GPs. Are they specialists in nutrition? No. Am I a specialist in nutrition? No. But do I have specialist information and knowledge that I can help people lose weight or treat diabetes, or various other things, mental health stuff? A very good experience of that myself. So GPs are looking for help. And nutritionists and medical nurse practitioners, they're all looking for help. So if I can actually provide things to help groups of people,
Yeah.
I'm looking to do that.
I mean, it does seem amazing, because there's science behind this. I mean, you've got the experience as well, but you know about the science. And Dr. Michael Mosley, as we both know, and various people who are watching will probably know as well. He's been preaching this for years about the health benefits, and and yet people still turn up at doctor's surgeries. People still get diagnosed with diabetes, and people still get sent away with pills because that's quick and easy. Oh, I'll write a prescription for that. Right, bye. Next.
Well,
I'm not having a go at GPs because but it does seem to be that seems to be it's a two-way thing, though. I guess it's partly that people just want to take the pills because they don't want to change their lifestyle. They don't want to give up the cake, and they don't want to exercise more. So if they can take the pills, they think that that's the end of the matter. But so there's the two sides of it as well. But yeah.
I was quite lucky last year because I didn't my level with my marker was there's various ways to measure it, but I was 55, so it was high enough to be type 2 diabetic, but not enough to require metformin.
Yeah.
So despite the fact I was encouraged, bizarrely, up at Forth Valley Royal Hospital, there was a lady doing a study from Dundee University, and I went to speak to this lady. You go and get your picture, your eyes taken, because they need to kind of feel there's not,
retinopathy.
Yeah. And so I spoke to this lady, and this was May last year. I'd already done my research, my due diligence on the keto diet. So I'd actually decided what I was going to do to treat it without speaking to anybody, apart from communities and stuff and people online. And this lady was, as soon as I said that I was, and she had a cardiac background. As soon as I said that I was going to treat it through a low carb, high fat, and it was a high fat, she literally went, oh, hi. And I said to her straight away, I said, you need to go and re-educate yourself.
The fats that are good for you. I've actually got a book downstairs. I should go and get it. The fats you need to live.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had that book for 20 odd years.
This lady, as part of her study, was actually encouraging people to go on metformin, and I said that the whole reason I'm doing this is, but she had to go through this procedure because it was all to do with metformin. It was what they were the study involved.
Right.
And it's people with type 2 but taking metformin. And she said, well, I've got to go through the procedure to invite your doctor and to say that you don't wish to go. I said, no, of course I don't want to go and medic. I said, the whole point of doing this keto diet is so I don't need to.
Yes.
But as soon as I said high fat, she got back in touch a couple of months ago. I told her my results. So the 55 was down to 40, pre-diabetic. My my good cholesterol, although it's meaningless, was up. My bad cholesterol was down. My triglycerides had been 2.3, were now 0.9. When I told her all this information, she was like, next she says, now I remember you. You're the keto. She said, you're the keto guy, aren't you? I said, yes, I'm the keto guy. I said, you're listening now, aren't you? Oops. Anyway, you want to speak to me now?
Yeah, I'm just reading comments because I've got the big screen here. So Liz says there's a body of research that indicates that following a diet eating philosophy that removes sugar has a direct impact on the symptoms of depression. So you were talking about mental health as well, and also most GPs don't study nutrition as part of their qualification. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely. They spend 7 years learning to be a doctor, and at no point do they study nutrition and diet.
And it's huge. It's huge in so many things. We're discovering this now. That a low fat, high sugars way of eating is probably not very good for us. Obesity crisis and all myriad health conditions.
And it's all the hidden sugar as well, Just to kind of bring you, because I guess, and as we discovered with Sam last week, we could talk about the diet and the stuff forever. But let's just kind of go back to some of the other questions. So, and this wasn't so I could blow my own trumpet, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, the one thing you've learned from the Business Success Society that's helped you on this journey?
But what was my answer? Do you want to remind?
Eh,
And lots, Kat. Bless you.
yeah. I mean, I suppose, as particularly as a new business owner, all of this stuff is new
That
to
was
you,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, because the reason I've got into business is not because I want to number crunch and do things in spreadsheet. No, I've got a vision. I've got, I'm moving towards my future history, as I call it. I know what I want to. I want classes throughout Scotland, throughout the UK. There's various things I want to do. That you don't wait to the age of 52 to muck about. So I've got a vision. So the practical side of things, that's why I was doing all the kind of business gateway workshops, maybe about 25, 30 workshops I did last year. But the stuff that you come from a particular process and things and hard facts and measuring things and systems and all these kind of things I know nothing about. So it's an education, and I'm very grateful that you give up your time and provide the group with all this experience that you have.
That's been my thing though, having got to my age and stage in life. That's what I wanted to do, was give some of it back. I've got all this expertise, but as I always say in the group as well, I probably haven't said enough recently, is that everybody's got some expertise to offer, and that's one of the things of doing these two-way conversations is, you're now educating the other members of the group, and okay, you're not teaching them something directly business related, but you're still helping people, and you're helping people who are in business to be healthier and all the rest of it. So for me, that's what this group's about as well. Is it's about each of us having something to give to the rest of the group as well. So it's not just all about me. But thank you very much. I think that kind of covers, the bits in the script that we talked about. So in terms of your business journey and everything, let's just see. Sam says 40 years of low-fat diets has led her to today. We know, because I think both you and I have had chats with Sam about all of this. Yeah. And now she's at a complete crossroads and now starting to make some headway. I think the irony is we've been brainwashed to take out fat yet. Yeah. And Liz also says it's been her light bulb moment over the last few months. Embrace fats. I will find that book. It's in my cupboard downstairs. Okay. I as my part of my background, I worked for a company called the umbrella company was Scotia Pharmaceuticals, and they made a product called Efamol. Okay. And that was the EFA in Efamol stands for essential fatty acids, and how absolutely crucial they are in our diet. And they had science to prove that we need these essential fatty acids in our diet. And it was about supplements, and there's now quite a lot of evidence to say you're better off getting these things from the original foods than from a pill. Yes, but 25 years ago, it was still a little bit of a tipping point in getting people to understand about essential fatty acids and fats and all these kind of things. And we'd all been fed cod liver oil as kids, and fish oils and all these kind of things, and how good they are for your brain and that kind of thing. So I worked for that company as a business analyst, I suppose. It was a small division, so it was a bit one of these places where you did a lot of different things. So fat, even back then, I was starting to get the idea about fats. We need fats, and this low sugar diet stuff is dreadful. We've been all sold this complete myth, and these massive corporations have made a ton of money out of making us unhealthy.
This is it, and I use the analogy that what you're doing, like we change our energy supplier. We go from British Gas to energy, right? And that's what you're doing with the body. You're changing your body's energy supply. Yeah. Last year, my body went, oh, wait a minute. He's cut out the carbs. He's not eating the sugar. we're going after that, says Pat in his belly, we're going after that stored fat. And so when you reduce the carbs to a very low level, you increase the fats, the body goes, well, wait a minute, I'm not getting that from the, I can't use the sugar anymore, I can't use the carbs, he's not eating as much protein, I'm using that stored fat, which is why people shed loads of weight, and they lose it quickly. And can I just say, the medical evidence shows now, the quicker you lose the weight, the more likely you are to keep it off.
Right. Really? All right.
We've been told this. Okay, well, I'm not going to use brainwashing, but we've been told this, slow and steady. Nobody gets excited about losing a pound or 2 pounds. They get demoralized by putting on 1 or 2 pounds. But the quicker you lose the weight and the more weight you lose quickly, the more likely you are to keep it off. Yes. I have more evidence, and I can provide links to people to show. This is why. But the science is all there. But when you cut off the carbs, you stop eating the sugar, the body goes, well, I've got to feed myself. I'm going after that stored fat. And then when it finds that you're happy to give it more fat, it goes, because the body works out. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Right, okay, well, I know now she or he is going to give me good fats. I can relax. There's a steady stream of good fat. And it fills you up. And it's tasty.
Well, yes, that's the other thing as well. Yes, we've all, the cabbage soup diet never did anything for me. I never did the cabbage soup diet, but it never did anything for me. and any of these diets, I once tried, and people will be laughing. I once tried that diet, and it was obviously done by Kellogg's, right? And it was cereal, and you had to eat 2 bowls of cereal. And yes, and don't roll your eyes at me, Andy Borland. You eat 2 bowls of cereal a day and then a well-balanced meal in the evening or something like that. And I thought, well, that's fine. I can eat cornflakes. It was 30 grams of cornflakes and skimmed milk or something. And I think by about the 4th bowl of those things, sorry. Oh yeah, skim milk. Yeah. So no fat, exactly.
No fat milk, please.
By about the 3rd or 4th bowl of that, I was ready to throw it at somebody. It's like, oh my God, I can't eat another bowl of this stuff. Sam's done the cabbage soup diet. Sam, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but that does not surprise me. Liz says that's a really good analogy, Andy Borland. A change of energy supplier. Excellent.
That's what we're doing.
And the Weetabix diet. She gained 10 pounds. Well, sorry, Sam, we're not laughing at you. We're really not laughing at you at all. We're laughing with you because we've been there. We've all been there.
Sam told me that the other day.
The Weetabix diet. I love it. So if you want to put weight on.
I remember the tagline: "Eat, wheat, beat."
All right, yeah.
Eat, wheat, beat. I used to love Weetabix.
Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes I did have a piece of sourdough bread last weekend, but there was 2 pieces of sourdough toast on my plate, and I could only manage one. So I'm thinking that's already a better thing. Yeah. But I also think that when you are on any kind of let's not call it a diet, but a way of eating.
Way of eating, yeah.
To allow yourself the odd treat is also not a bad thing as well. So I enjoyed my piece of sourdough toast. I tell myself if I'm going to have bread, it's got to be good sourdough and not crappy supermarket bread or whatever, But even so, I could only eat a tiny little bit of it. But anyway, complex carbs are fine. Yes. Yeah, I eat pulses. Andy knows this. We've had a chat about this. I eat a lot of pulses. I love pulses. And in terms of, I think Sam and I were talking about the continuum of the fruits and vegetables. So if it's under the ground, it's bad, and if it's above the ground, it's better for you, and all this kind of stuff. I do tend, other than potatoes, I do tend to eat practically any vegetable. So yes, I eat peas and things which are quite sugary. And in terms of fruits, I mean, particularly if I'm going to exercise, I'll eat a banana because you do need if you're doing high intensity exercise, then I find you need a little bit of something to get to your muscles. Otherwise, I just have no energy whatsoever. Your treat is coffee with cream. There you go.
Well, that brings us nicely on to the bulletproof coffee that people take on a
Right.
keto diet. You're talking to a man who never drunk coffee in his life up until the age of 52 last year, and I was like,
Right.
and your tastes do change. You think, I mean, avocados. I'd never had an avocado in my life.
Oh, I love avocados.
Well, there you go. And I'm like, I can eat them, bit of salt and pepper, a bit of lemon juice, whatever. But I think there's very little, but it's full of good fats.
Mm.
So your taste changed. But the bulletproof coffee, I was like, what is this bulletproof coffee? Because I got the diagnosis on Friday the 1st of June. Done all my homework. The very next morning, I started on a keto diet, and I just cut out things. I cut out the breakfast cereal full of sugar. I cut out rice, potato, pasta, bread. When I say the word bread, when I get to that, like usually fourth or fifth on my list, I usually get a human reaction, especially from women. Oh, bread! I know I couldn't get. I say,
I
well,
know.
just
Yes, I know.
but your
Yeah,
taste changes. But the
people say
bulletproof
that to me
coffee,
as well.
I know
Right.
the bulletproof coffee basically is just you make your coffee, put it in a pan, add a big dob of butter, let it melt, add some double cream. I know, but no, but it's beautiful.
Really?
Whisk it all up because it's full of good fat. You're getting the butter, it sustains you, and so this you'll find, and it actually helps. Not that I kind of say these kind of things, but it helps you curb your appetite
Right.
because
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
butter and the
Yeah.
double cream. Some people add the oil as well and add various things, but it can sustain you for a long time, and it's really, really tasty.
Is
Honestly,
it?
yeah, it is. I know. Look at your face.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot. This is tea in here. I'm
Yeah,
not really
I love
a
my
coffee
tea.
person. Yeah,
I
I'm a
drink
tea
lots of it.
person, definitely.
You need to drink lots of when you start a keto diet. You know that's kind of 2 liters, which we should be aiming for. Your there's something called the whoosh effect where you just start peeing a lot.
Yeah, yeah, pea for Scotland, definitely. Yeah,
You put 4 liters of liquids,
yeah,
mainly filters, so tea and coffee, whatever. So yeah, with the whoosh effect, literally you're just like, oh god, I've got to find a toilet now, right
yes,
now.
yes, gallons.
And you're just getting
Sam uses salted butter in our coffee. Oh, that's even worse. Really?
that's even better. Well done, Sam. Top of the class. Top of the class. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
that's the other thing. Yeah, because your toxins, you're getting rid of lots of things. You have to add lots of salt to your food that you're eating because you need this. Some people talk about this kind of keto flu and stuff. Generally speaking, it's just your body adjusting that it's getting less and less salt from processed foods.
right.
And
Ah,
this,
because you're
this
so
is kind of
used to crappy food.
yes, exactly. And you're kind of weaning yourself and you're weaning the body, and the body's going, oh, wait a minute, I'm losing electrolytes. I need to get more of these
Yeah,
salt and minerals and
yeah,
stuff. So it's just natural. Add salt.
yeah. I mean, if you actually, you probably do this. You stand in the supermarket and you look at what people have got in their trolleys. It's it's scary. It really is scary what a lot of people are just eating on a daily basis. And ready meals are about the worst. Probably the worst thing in the world is a low fat ready meal because it will be full of sugar
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
preservatives and salt
Yeah.
and rubbish. And people think that they're. I mean, very very occasionally now, I kind of think, oh, I'm in a rush. I'll have a ready meal, and they're disgusting. I just can't eat them now.
Mm.
They are really really not very nice at all.
Well, the
Himalayan
key.
salt. Yes, I have my Himalayan pink salt. Yeah,
What
I
have
have
you got?
pink.
Very good. Yeah. Excellent.
I
Um,
think
yeah.
unless I mean I think that you and I could probably go on talking all morning, but have we covered all the bits and pieces that you wanted to talk about
Yeah. So yeah.
in terms of your actual business as opposed to the diet, if that makes
Yeah.
sense?
Yep, the actual business. So classes start in earnest Friday a week today, Friday 26th July, 9:30, 12:30 at lunchtime, 7 o'clock. Get in touch if people want to do it. I will. Oh, here we go. Breaking news. I've just decided on the spur of the moment. Business Success Society people, members, if they wish to do the keto diet, and I'm asking people to join for a minimum of 3 months, we'll give 10% discount.
Perfect,
Um,
lovely.
so that's a nice thing. But get in touch yourself or people you know, and I would just plant the thought: what friends do you know that have a serious health condition just now, or what friends do you know? So whatever it is, we mentioned a few things earlier. If you can think of,
It's one of those things that can be quite
ask them to get
difficult.
in touch.
Um, I remember when I was in BNI years ago and being told the story of by a guy who was a little bit overweight. He was quite a bit overweight, and he met somebody at a networking event. And this person kind of said, "What do you do?" "Well, I do weight loss. This, and this." "You look like you could really use my services." Not the way to go.
I never say that. Never.
No, I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. It's just that, when you say your friend, you have to find a way of, which is why things like sharing things on Facebook is probably one of the best ways we could help you. So make sure you pop your link in for people to follow you again if they haven't already followed you. And if we can share your stuff with our friends, then they can see it and they can make their own decision without us having to go, well, you've put on a few pounds. I think you need to go and see Andy. That's like, maybe not. Maybe the way to lose friends.
That's not a good friend if they talk to you like that. Unless you're very good friends. By the way, mate, you've put on a beef. You really need to go and speak to that.
Exactly. So yeah, but yeah, so do that. Make sure you put your link on, and we can all follow you and share your stuff. I could potentially be in Falkirk next week. We could do a wee mini live or something from your studio.
Yeah,
What do you
the
call
unit,
it?
the unit. Yeah, it's the Keto Diet Club. Andy Borland's Keto Diet Club. The unit. People call it a shop. It's not a shop. And can I just say it? It's I can if other people want to use the unit, I'm only putting on classes Mondays and Fridays, so I can establish classes in other places as well. The fullness of the time, but I can sublet. People can use the space, and I've attracted a lady, Hannah, into my life, who's going to be putting on yoga. She's a personal trainer, but she does high intensity training. But she also does mindfulness, and she's got me and her went somewhere. So she's going to be doing 4 hours a week. So other people maybe think they could maybe use the space. It's quite a big space.
Right.
Come have a chat with me. You might, it might be a good fit.
Yeah, you see, Sam, I agree with you. Studio is classier than unit. Anyway, so thank you so much. As I said to you later, this will once it's kind of published on Facebook, I'll upload it to YouTube so that you can share it with other people if you wish. Thank you to those of you who have joined and contributed. I can now see your names. I've not been on the other end of a StreamYard thing. I know it says when you first log in that you need to do something for your name to show. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user. But now I can see Liz and I can see Sam's names popping up, and they've been really great in terms of participating. So thank you very much indeed. Enjoy your weekend. I know you're off somewhere exciting.
The Rewind Festival. I'm a VIP competition.
Well, I would have been singing there tomorrow, but I decided I've got better things to do, so I'm not going this year. I was there last year singing, so.
Yeah, there's a choir then, is there?
Yeah, rock choir will be there tomorrow and Sunday.
I will hunt them down and check them out, then I'll go and see them.
Yes, will do, but I didn't apply this year. It was so good last year, and the weather was so fantastic. I had a brilliant time, and I'm not going this year. I don't know what the weather's like this year. I really don't know what the weather's going to be like this year. But I'm doing part of the West Highland Way tomorrow with Liz and a few others. So I will be out exercising. But I hope you have a fabulous time. And thank you very much indeed. Thank you to those of you who participated. And if you would like to do one yourself, then please get in touch. It's as Andy and the others will attest, it's quite a painless process, really.
Yeah, I'll not need therapy. No, it's okay.
No. I think I'm quite liking StreamYard because I think I quite like the way we manage it as well.
I don't have a green button linky thingy.
No, I don't know why you don't have a green button linky thingy, but anyway.
We'll work that out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.